Hey, Philly. Hey, Chantal.
Hi, Karina.
I'm there talking. I'm like, oh, wait, I didn't unmute myself. There we go. Hey, Chef Karima. How are you? Hey, Carrie.
Hi, Karina. Karina, can you send me the one sentence about you again? I can't find it.
What happened?
The sentence or the phrase about you, I can't find it.
Okay.
Are you letting people in, Chantal?
They're already here.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's here, so.
I can't see. Let me go look.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for joining.
I know it's a long wait. Thank you for waiting in our wait room. We have some technical difficulties, but we are here. We are blessed. I'm really just the tech woman as best as I can. So forgive me when I'm struggling. But I'm definitely going to pass it to our host and the person putting on this event today, which is Carrie Wilson, who is from S.E.R.F. And she'll take it from there. But thank you again, everyone. Oh,
Hi,
one more.
Go ahead.
Sorry, just one more thing. I just want to say, if anyone has any questions while our guest presenters are speaking and sharing their stories, I will be monitoring the chat. So put your questions in there, and then I'll make sure to do my best to get to the questions as much as I can. And based on what the questions are, and if I know that this might be as already addressed in the story, I may not be able to get to every single question, but I'll do my best to get to the questions and ask them of the lovely ladies tonight. And this is being recorded. So there will be a copy of the link and contact information of the ladies that are with us tonight after this event. Thanks. All right, Carrie.
Thank you, Chantal. Thank you. So just thank you, everybody, for joining, and thank you for being on time. We really appreciate it. All the ladies are here looking beautiful. Everybody's looking great. I'm so appreciative of everybody signing on and joining me. My first event. Woohoo! First S.E.R.F presentation brought to you by S.E.R.F, which is myself. And I'm just going to go into it. And I'm not doing a big long introduction to the women, but yeah, I'll just start. So my team and I, chose these beautiful women. Sorry, I'm supposed to rewrite this because my handwriting is not the greatest. So bear with me. I forgot to rewrite it, but I'm going to do my best. Okay, so my team and I chose these beautiful Black women because some are new to the sisterhood and some are more older to my heart. I feel that these women should be celebrated because of their passion for life, people, and service. I admire every one of these women and the characteristics that they bring to the world. I chose International Women's Day because it is supposed to be celebrating women, and this is what I want to do for us. I think Black women, I'm going to go off my heart. Black women are not celebrated enough, and for the contributions that they do for the community and for their selves. So this is why I chose today, is to celebrate us and their achievements and what they're bringing to the table. So in that, I recognize today's. I ask you guys to unmute. If you're muted, I ask you to unmute as we clap, celebrate these women, bring them in. Okay, thanks everybody. So I'm going to then introduce, oh, Chantal, can you tell me who is supposed to be the first? I don't have it in front of me. First speaker?
Denise.
Denise is the first speaker.
Who?
Denise.
Oh, my internet is like, are you guys hearing me? Because it looks like it's tripping out, in and out.
It was, but you're good now. And Denise is the first lady of the hour. Well,
Okay.
lady.
So Denise, I asked everybody to give me one word or one sentence that describes them the best. And Denise gave me booked, blessed, and booked, busy, and blessed. So there she is. Go take it away, Denise.
Hi, everyone. Good evening, ladies. Thank you so much to the S.E.R.F team for having me. Happy International Women's Day to all the beautiful women. And if there are any men in the group, happy International Women's Day to you too, because you came from us, from one of us. And I hope that you celebrate that woman. And I hope we all can celebrate women, not just today, but every day. A little bit about myself. I work for the City of Toronto in social services. I am in my 18th year of service with the City of Toronto. I am a social service caseworker and absolutely love my job. Are there days that the job is taxing? Yes, but more often than not, the job is very, very rewarding. It gives me a great sense of pride and accomplishment to be able to help families, help singles, help new immigrants, help parents, help the homeless to achieve their goals, to get off the street, to feed their families, and to have a sense of belonging in the community. And I hope that in the 18 years that I work for the city, I have been able to achieve that to a certain degree. I am also a plus model. So part of my phrase being booked, busy, and blessed comes from me being a plus size model. Been in the industry. If I tell you, I will have to tell you my age, which, you know, not everyone needs to know a girl's age these days. However, I have been in the game for quite some time. Unfortunately, here in not just the City of Toronto, but in Canada, the modeling industry hasn't always favored us, I will say, and us being women of color or plus size women. It's a very, very narrow industry. But I will say that unfortunately, with the events that took place in the US in 2020, there has been some uprising and there has been an eye-opening. And subsequent to that, I have been booked, busy, and blessed. It's unfortunate that it took this long for change to come about. It's unfortunate that all bodies haven't been represented and recognized and seen on TV and in commercials and in ads for a long time. And I've dabbled here and there. I have been to Full Figured Fashion Week in New York. I've walked the runway. I've walked the runway at Toronto Fashion Week. Thank you, Christiana. And you've seen me, I'm sure, on TV, Cityline, Breakfast Television. I am your resident plus size Caravana mask costume wine up gal. As old as I am, I'm old. I've been on people on stage with feathers and glitter and the whole shebang, and it's amazing that they still choose me, and I love that. That it's important that mass bands are representing all bodies because all bodies are in Caravana costumes. And so if you've ever thought about playing mask, and I don't know when mask is coming back, thanks COVID. We don't know when Caravana is coming back, but if you've ever thought about it or thought that it wasn't for you, holler at your girl. I got you. I will find you a band and I will find you a costume that fits your body, that makes you comfortable and celebrates every curve that you have. And in closing, because I will talk forever, because I could totally talk forever, so I won't keep you guys forever. What I want to say about being booked, busy, and blessed, and as a plus model, um, it gives me a sense of pride and a sense of responsibility. Growing up, probably like most of us will say, we never saw women who looked like us on TV screens, in stores, in ads, in malls, in magazines. And it gives me a sense of empowerment. And it's such a responsibility of mine to empower the next generation of girls that are coming after me, because I didn't see very many positive influences in the fashion industry growing up. There wasn't too many women that looked like me. You had your girl Oprah, you had Queen Latifah, you had a few. I'm not saying there were none, but there's quite a bit more now. And like I said, it's a responsibility for me to help empower young girls behind me to say, if I see her out there, then I can do it too. It's nice to see somebody who looks like me, who is my shade, darker, lighter, smaller, bigger, but somebody who represents us in the media. And to any of you who have daughters or nieces or sisters or yourselves who are coming up in the fashion industry, whether it be on Instagram or with an agency, because I am a paid agency model, I have an agent. What I want you to do is to don't give up. It took me quite some time, and I don't get every job that I am auditioned for. There's a lot of rejection in this business, and you have to have a bit of thick skin, but you can do it too. But don't give up on it. Keep after it. If this is your dream, if this is your goal, then go after it. Christiana, you're welcome. Stick with it. If anyone has concerns or questions how to break into the industry, has questions about posing and photography and what they should look for, my Instagram handle is Miss_Aziz. Like the lady said, they will be putting out everybody's information. So feel free to hit me up if you have questions regarding social services. Don't ask me to look at your welfare file if you're on welfare. Please, God, I got a limit. We all got limits. Yeah, don't let me test my limits. I ain't trying to get fired because I can't live with y'all. It's COVID. However, modeling questions, industry questions, things like that, please feel free to reach out to me and I will mentor and guide you at no cost. This is for our people. This is for my people. This is for us, by us, for us. Right? That's like FUBU's statement, right? Oh my God, something similar. Sorry, FUBU. Sorry. I'm trying to steal their stuff, but come to me and I can guide you as best as I can, because what I want to leave you with is this year and every year going forward, my wish for Black women is for us to go from overlooked to overbooked. Amen. I can't hear anyone. I can see the snaps though. Thank you for the snaps, ladies. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Denise. It was great. And does anybody have any questions for her? We're kind of just going to go into the next speaker if nobody has any questions. If something does come up for Denise after the other ladies are presenting, please put it in the box, because we will have at the end of the night, almost at the end of the night, another question and answer period time. So definitely, if you have any more questions that pop up in your head, just put it in the box and we'll get, Chantal will definitely get back to it. So we're introducing my next speaker is Jay. She goes by many names. Miss J. Josette. I've known Josette for a very long time, since back in the day, in the Finch days, when I lived and grew up in Finch. So yeah, Finch West. So definitely known her for a very long time, and she continues to be, a woman of strength and power. And her word that she chose, or a phrase that she chose to describe her is "Let's fly." So take it away. Let's fly.
Hi, ladies. Does everyone can hear me? Because I'm having beer. Oh, thank you. Well, welcome. First off, thanks first and foremost to none other than the most fabulous Miss Carrie Wilson. Definitely, she should be on this panel speaking to us just as well, because she's been inspirational to communities for many, many decades. So I tip my hat to her and thank you. It's an honor to be part of this panel. So I'm Miss J, AKA government name Josette Holness. but I go by Miss J or Jojo, whichever which way you know me. Who am I? I'm a love to have fun, multi-talented, driven, ambitious individual who loves to fly. And that's not necessarily in terms of an airplane, it's in terms of my life. Altitude to me is everything. I wake up every day looking to fly higher, to soar, to be, just up there in the universe looking down. What do I do? Well, who am I is my identity. What I do is I work for the city of Toronto as well. So Denise, I'm in the PFR department. Yeah, right, COT. I've been there going on 28 years, working in different sectors with youth, families. I've worked in pretty much every community across the city of Toronto, from as far as Scarborough to the lake, to the Steels. So I hit all parameters. I'm currently in management. I'm a community recreation supervisor that oversees the development of enhanced youth spaces across the city. We just got another expansion. I initially created 10, and then I just got the expansion to do 10 more. So we're launching 10 new sites in the next week or so. Fun times. My heart, though, my passion, where my love is at, is with my Beautiful Women Society. It's an organization that I founded 37 days into a goal to reclaim my own secret identity. Uh, we come through life where we are superheroes, and we're very proud of that. But there comes a point where we lose who we are. Once the cape is off, we kind of try to figure out, well, who am I? And we tend to start introducing ourselves as, what am I? So, yes, I'm a mom of 2 kids, a husband. I've been married for 17, going on 18 years, 21 years together deep. And I've run businesses pretty much my entire life. But I think 293 days ago, I woke up and I asked myself, what am I doing? Who am I? Besides being a mom, a career entrepreneur, all of that stuff. And so 37 days into my journey, I finally finalized creating the Beautiful Women Society. And that has been a passion my girls are on. And what we do, and I don't say me, I say we as superheroes, it's a collective of women who all have their own dreams, aspirations, and hopes, but start their journey by trying to figure out who they are after all the transitions in life. So we are just out here putting in the work, opening the doors to as many different ladies as possible who are trying to reclaim their identity and bring themselves back to the starting point of the next level of life. So I look forward to hearing so much stories. I look forward to reaching out to every single one of you. Some of my long times are here, Miss Tunisia, Carrie, Chantel. So, and I'm seeing on the screen also my boy, Phil Edwards. Shout out to my brother from another mother. Let me just do my shout outs. GP's in the house, key relationships in the house, and Sanique, Roseanne, all of them are here. And so I hope to learn from you, and hopefully I can leave you with something. And in all mottos, let's fly.
Thank you. That was amazing. Thank you so much. I knew you'd drop some gems, and share your years of experience and years of knowledge. And I definitely want you guys to put your questions in. And if like I said, if they don't come up, even if you want to unmute yourself and speak, please feel free to do so. And also on our question and answer period, that time you'll be able to unmute your mic and speak as free as you like. So please either hold your questions or keep them going. But I have some questions for both of these women, so I'm going to hold my questions till the end. But definitely, if you guys, like I said, have any questions, please do so. I'm going into our next speaker, which is Leanna, and Leanna describes. So I've known Leanna for a while. I know her sister, and through Chantel, able to connect, and I women, but Leanna, she's really into finance and making sure that single parents get their finances in gear. I see unstable mind. Can you hear me? Am I good? Thumbs up, everyone.
You're good. You kind of chipped out and then you went really fast.
Okay, what did I? Okay, so I'll just
I think just say it again.
I'll just say it again. Yeah, okay. Say, I'm introducing Leanna. I've known Leanna for a while. I know her sister through Chantel, and we've just connected. And definitely appreciate all the work that she's doing, trying to get us financially ready and stable and relearn how to do our finances so that we can do best for the next generation. The word Leanna chose to describe herself is she finds the positive in everything. Take it away, girl.
Thank you so much, Carrie. I just want to acknowledge you, Carrie, for what you're doing here. This first panel that is under S.E.R.F or International Women's Day. I just want to really acknowledge you. And yeah, as Miss J said, you should be on here as well, speaking to everybody for what, in regards to what you're doing. And thank you, Chantel, for reaching out to me. Just quickly, I know a lot of you don't know me. I'm seeing a lot of very unfamiliar faces. I'm a insurance and investment broker at Longevity Achieved. I've been with this brokerage now for just under 2 years, but how did I get there? And I'll just go back and start from the beginning. I hope not to bore you all with my story, but it's my story and I was asked to share, so I'm going to share it. So I was raised by a phenomenal single mother, and I too am a single mother of 3. I'm sure whoever's a single mother on this panel or whoever's here that is a single mother knows the struggles. I live in paycheck to paycheck, not really knowing, just working really to pay bills and not really knowing what else to do with that money. Just to fast forward a little bit, through my struggles as a single mother, in 2013, I was introduced to an amazing opportunity in the financial industry. Just really educating families on how money works and just so they can make better informed decisions when it comes to their finances. I learned a whole lot there while I was still working at a dental office. I was in the dental industry for about 22 years. And I was doing finance and insurance on the side, my part-time hustle. Just recently, COVID happened. As we all know, we all had to switch up how we did things. And that's why we're here on Zoom as well, because of COVID. And I know COVID was a tragedy and it was horrible for a lot of families, and I'm not taking away from that. But I will say for me, COVID was a blessing. My dental office closed down. I was forced to take a look at my business more on a full-time basis. I was called back to work, and within 4 days, I was like, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm going to go ahead and do my insurance investments full-time. So that's what I'm doing now. And it really is my passion. I made so many financial mistakes growing up because I had nobody. Like a lot of us. We don't have anybody really to show us what to do with that money when we earn it, right? And just to make sound decisions. I made a lot of financial mistakes, and my passion today really is to just reach to reach everybody, but more importantly, to reach my melanated sisters and really educate them on their finances and how to. I always say, we're the only race that we had a late start, and I had a late start in entrepreneurship. I see insurance really as a way for us to catch up, to build generational wealth. Can you guys hear me? I'm getting a notice that it's good? Okay. To really build generational wealth in our community. And this is what I'm educating, my sisters on, the different uses of insurance. I know a lot of us feel like it's too expensive. We don't know why we need it. And there's so many other bills that we could be paying right now. So yeah, it's just to make a whole long story short, guys, my passion is to reach out to all of my Black sisters, especially my single mothers, and just educate them, as I said, on the uses of insurance. And it's really not as expensive as we think. And we all need it. If we have people that are depending on our income, if we have dependents, there's no reason not to have insurance. We need it. And yeah, I'll just leave it with that. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I will say that I'm working right now on an ebook on finances. I'll keep everybody posted, but I'm about 4 weeks from my launch date. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. It's just really, explaining financial literacy and just really the basics of finances and insurance. So yeah, thank you guys.
Amazing. Thank you, Leanna. Thank you. Definitely. When your launch day comes, let us know. I will promote. I will join up. I will purchase. So definitely thank you so much. Kariba.
I'm leaving the kitchen. I'm leaving the kitchen. I'm leaving the kitchen.
Kariba's not working in the kitchen, so bear with her. Bear with her. Cooking up the great food that she had at her restaurant. So the next person we have is Chantal.
Is Karima. Karima's next.
Okay. so that's perfect timing. So I'm definitely going to introduce Karima by what she has chosen, and hers is determined. I keep going even when I don't know if or how it's going to work out. That's my girl. So take it away, honey.
Hey, thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Chantel, for inviting me and having me be a part of such a wonderful International Women's Day event and your first event. But first, Leanna, I want you to know that I have all my insurances, life, business, car, I have for my children and I have for my grandson. So just let you know that.
Great work. Great work.
Yes, yes.
That disability, I see you own yourself.
Yes, everything. Yeah. And because of that, because I'm self-employed, I also have my own pension because I don't have pension. So I have investments. So yes,
Great.
I am trying a thing. It's working out.
I love
so
it.
Just to let you know.
Great work.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Denise. Okay, so yes, so happy International Women's Day to everyone that's here. Happy International Black Women's Day. Because if it wasn't for we, nobody would be here. Right? Okay, so if I go to the beginning, it's gonna be like so far. But my tagline is Mom had me cooking since the 80s. Being a first generation Canadian of Trinidadian parents, we had to, get home and start dinner. So I was doing that since 10, right? And that was the 80s. And I loved it. And I said, I want to learn more. And so my mom taught me how to cook. I was a teenage parent. So I've been living on my own since I was 18. And in doing so, I was one of a few people that were on our own, right? So a lot of the get-togethers were always at my place and I was always cooking. And fast forward, I got married and I was home with my third child. And I said, you know what? I want to cook. I was watching a show and I said, I can do that. Why don't I go back to school to figure out what else I want to do, right? And I said, okay, let me just do that just to have the foundation or the teaching, right? And it taught me a lot. And I went back in the year 2000. Now we're here 21 years later, I'm still doing it. It was a journey. I always knew I didn't want to work for anyone. I always knew that. I didn't know how I was going to do that. I just knew I did not want to work for anyone for the rest of my life. That's just me. I've done the office thing. It's not my thing. I cannot. I don't like when people tell me what to do. Okay, so let's just be real. I don't like it. And if you tell it to me in too much of a tone, I gone. Deuces, I'm out. Right? So echo that. Right? Okay, so I just knew I couldn't. And being a chef, you don't make a lot of money working for other people. And when I became one, it was when minimum wage was $7 and I was only making 11. You can't make and that was like just 2007, 2006. So, and I had 4 children and I was just like, I can't do that. But again, I did not know how I was gonna become an entrepreneur. I tried the side hustle thing, it was working. And then there was a program called S.E.R.F. It's no longer around. It was an amazing program. It was for small businesses throughout Ontario, right? And I went into that program in 2014. And I've been an entrepreneur full-time since 2014. And I love it. Thank you, Denise. I love it. Leanna, thank you. It's hard. It is hard. It is hard. It is hard. But if you keep being determined, keep pushing, keep going, you will get there. Like Denise said, there's obstacles. I'm a Black woman. I'm a Black woman in a male-dominated industry. So that in itself, to push yourself, you have to just keep going and make a way for yourself. Fast forward now, last year, sorry, the accent came out. Last year, so sorry. 2020, the beginning of the year, I had catering gigs left, right, and center, hand over fist. My catering business was making money. Then March 11th, nothing. I did not know what I was going to do. Okay, Christina, I didn't know what I was going to do, you know. And I honestly didn't know what I was going to do. Then a friend of mine reached out from the JCA, and they wanted, hi Anne Marie, they wanted some volunteers to come help out at the JCA. So we did that for 7.5 months. Every weekend, we served over 12,000 foods to the community. And then for Christmas, we also did another 600. So that's what I did for most of all of last year. Come Easter now, I said, oh, let me do my Easter buttons. I did that, and people were like, Prima, are you still cooking? I'm like, but you're home. They're like, Minawang, cook. I said, oh, okay, well then I guess my delivery service has to come back. And so that got me back to having my Wednesday, Thursday, Friday meals for people. I was lucky enough to be eligible for the $40,000 loan/grant through my bank. And when I got that, I said, you know what? I'm getting busy. I need a bigger space. Let me start looking for something. I opened up my restaurant on December 5th in COVID, big pandemic, okay? December 5th, downtown Toronto, I was able to open up a space for takeout. And I'm grateful. Thank you, Helen. I'm grateful, I'm blessed, I'm so thankful. Now let's talk about the month of February. It was hard because they keep locking us down. I don't know what's going on. It's prayer, determination, and sheer will. And the fact that my mother was a Scorpion and I cannot, okay? She's no longer here. Everything I do pretty much is for my children and my grandson to leave a legacy and in honoring of my mother. Ooh, am I getting emotional? Ooh. Anyways. So, so I do this for them. I do this for my community. I do it for my mother and all those before me. And if there's anyone that ever needs help in guidance through cooking, through entrepreneurship, I'm here. Like Denise said, I'm here. I give back as much as I can, anytime I can, to our people first and foremost, to my women and anyone's children. I am one of my deliveries on Fridays, a girlfriend of mine was on the phone, quick story. She was chopping something. I'm like, what are you chopping? And why are you chopping like that? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I said, I'm coming by for 10 minutes. And I taught her how to cut in like 10 minutes. So I'm here for anything. My Instagram is at I am Chef Karima, but like Carrie said, they'll be putting that all at the end. And yeah, what keeps me going, I said, again, is my children. And I just need to leave a legacy for them. So I think that's everything.
Thank you so much, girl. Oh, we appreciate you so much.
I have two
Oh,
questions from, oh, let that silent
Sorry, I'm
pass.
at work. I work downtown.
It is
Sorry.
okay. I don't work downtown, but I always got them in my front door. So I hear it all the time.
Gal from Finch,
I,
Avenue. Yeah.
yes, big up Finch. Yes, yes.
we love it.
But I do have, yes, I do. I have two questions for you, Karima. So one of the
Mhm.
questions was from the chat. It's from Anne Marie, and she wants to know, what is the greatest challenge that you are facing right now, and how have you overcome that?
Right now, the greatest challenge is literally the fact that we're locked down. We're in a gray zone. We're not in a gray zone. We're in a purple zone. We're not shitty zone. I don't know what zone we are anymore. I don't know what's going on. So all I need literally is for people to either order or come to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Nothing more. Nothing more, because I'm not closing this place. I am a takeout. I'm a straight takeout. So it's a little bit easier for me, but you could also order and have it ready for pickup, and I could just give it to you. Again, I still do my Wednesday, Thursday, Friday deliveries for those who are not in the area. If you check my Instagram, I post every Sunday. So yeah, where are you located? 203 Dundas Street East, 1 block east of Jarvis. I'm right across from Fillmore's.
Thank you. Fillmore's. Oh my God. Thank you for that. There's just one more
Everyone
question.
knows where that is. Okay, yes, the other question?
Other question is, do you do vegan?
Of course I do. Everything I have, meat, I have a vegan option to it. So the jerk chicken lasagna, there's a jerk vegan lasagna. Barbecue beef ribs, there's barbecue portobello mushrooms. Barbecue chicken, there's barbecue cauliflower. And there's vegan mac and cheese to go with my Caribbean, right, Trinidad macaroni pie. Yeah. Yes, Anne-Marie can attest to my vegan mac and cheese.
And I will attest to a lot of the food.
Oh, yummy. Everything's yummy. Everything's yummy. I still have to taste a few more.
That we heard on live.
Helen, so I'll let you know. I'll DM me and I'll let you know how far. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna meet myself now. Bye.
Thank you so much, Karima. And thank you for those. Again, if you have any more questions for any of the ladies,
great.
please put it in the chat.
Questions. Okay, our next speaker is Felicia, and Felicia's word or phrase to describe her is "I be knowing." So take it away, girl.
Hi. First of all, I want to just shout out to everyone who's already spoke. Chef Karima, the spring rolls are the bomb. Love those ackee and saltfish spring rolls. Listen. And thank you to everyone who spoke. This is such an inspiring panel, and I'm so glad to be in good company. My name is Alicia Christmas, and I wear a few hats. And so I love what Ms. J said about people starting to describe themselves about what they are, not who they are. So I'm going to try my very best to be like, I be knowing this is who I am. I'm a person who knows what she likes to do and what she wants to do. And then I'm a person who does that. And so in those things, I am the founder of the Blackstone Foundation Library. I am a co-founder of the Blackstone Foundation Library, which is a library that focuses on bringing Afrocentric literature to the Black community across Toronto. In doing what I want, I am also the founder and principal event planner at Just Us Events, which is an event company that does exclusively Black events for people in Toronto. I am a community program coordinator, so I design and implement programs. And then I am also the owner of Muse Boutique, which is a sunglasses and accessory boutique launching in June. And so I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a person who is exploring. And one of the things that kind of guides me in these things is the fact that I trust and I know what is best for me. And I have to trust that voice that is saying that you know what you're doing and that you're good at what you do, because I have another voice that says you're too old. It says that you should settle down. It says that you should do these other things. And so the voice that knows what's best for me, I'm guided by that. I'm protected by that. And so that's why my sentence is I be knowing. And whenever I trust myself, baby, good things happen, period. Like good things happen. So, and that's where this journey is. I've had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of barriers, especially when I've really rooted all the things that I'm doing in the Black community. I am passionate about Blackness. I am passionate about Black people. We're awesome. We are resilient. We are the best. We are magic. We are all the things. We are human and we should be celebrated, especially Black women, right? And so in telling people that this is my business, I've always gotten the like, are you sure you don't want to branch out? You don't want to, no, I don't. I want to do everything for Black people. If it is an exclusively Black space, I'm not worried that other people won't join us because they're not necessarily invited. And I am a big fan. If you build it, they will come. And so that is what I'm doing. I'm building it and I know people are going to show up. So I be knowing is my sentence. It's been a very, very long road to get here. Cabrina's on the phone, right? Could attest to like, I don't know what I'm doing. and in that, talking to people and having people encouraging me and having God plant these angels in my life to be like, you know exactly what you're doing. You've always known. And you got this. And that's really, really important. And all of those people have been Black women. So in that, I just keep going and trusting in my knowing and moving in the spirit of building and lifting up people while finding and understanding myself. And so that is me, very short and sweet.
Is there any questions for her, Chantel?
Thank you, Kasia. Thank you, Emery.
No, just lots of praise to all the ladies. Talk your truth, speak it. Yes, so no questions yet. But everyone's just achieved, and they're really enjoying what's going on and the women sharing their stories.
Awesome. So our next speaker is Tanya. I know her as Tanya. And we've known each other, I believe we went to high school together. So we've known each other for a very long time. We lived in the same community. And then now as adults, we have crossed bridges with our entrepreneurship journey. So I definitely felt like she was, and she's so creative. And I'll let you do the rest. But what Tanya has given me to describe herself is, let me look for it. Give me 1 second. She has a lot.
I do.
She has a lot. So she's a fighter. She's dedicated, compassionate, doesn't put up with foolishness, strong, educated motivator with a solid background and experience in the beauty and social work industry. Go girl. Take it away, sweetie.
Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, yes, you could?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
good.
we can hear you.
All right, so as Karima was saying, anyway, big up to Karima. You almost made me tear up, girl. As she was saying, if I'm supposed to talk about everything, like I could have the whole night here, but I'm gonna try to like minimize it. So to start off, I can bring this back to, I had a great childhood, I must say. I grew up in a good area, went to a good school. Let's see, I had to jot some notes down. I used to run an office growing up. I always wanted my own office, my own business. I used to like use paper and make nails. make fake nails and tape them to my hand. I always used to tell my mom that I could see myself looking out of a building and like, here's my office. And, you know, I had those kind of dreams. But my mom, she made sure we had a good childhood. I hear so many people talking about single mothers, single parents, whatever, which I grew up with one too. And she still made the best of her situation. I remember, even though she was new from Jamaica, and we went to a school, like we were in a predominantly Italian area. And I remember one day I went home and said to my mom, the teacher was asking me for adopted. And then she's like, what? And they assumed that my mom was not Jamaican or not Black only because of how she sounded on the phone. So I don't know what happened after that because I was young. But anyways, me and my point in saying that, like she made sure we had the best of everything. I mean, we went to America every summer growing up, back to school shopping. She made us go to girls club. Me and my sister, we went to Disneyland. We went to Atlanta. We traveled everywhere. And when I talk about girls club, like growing up in Jane and Finch and Driftwood, my mom was the type of mom that made us sign up in everything, like piano lessons, like any extracurricular activity, we were in there. Girls Club was a good program. It was in Driftwood Community Center, and only because I think it helped mold me from when I was younger. We had a good Girls Club teacher, and she taught us a lot. She instilled a lot of things in us. We went to Atlanta, Georgia, I remember. We went to Martin Luther King's house. Were you there, Chantel? Oh, you were? Okay. We went to the Coretta Scott King Museum. We went to George Washington Carver Museum. We went to the colleges, a high school. Like we did so much. And when you're younger growing up, they don't really emphasize Black History Month to us in school, or maybe they did, but when I was younger, I didn't pay attention. But that one trip stuck out in my head. And that has a lot, that I brought that a lot with me growing up. I had great schooling. As I said, I was gifted. I remember going to the principal's office often. Growing up, people would think I go to the principal's office because I was in trouble, but actually I was a nerd. I was tested often, and I just remember them giving me all these papers and whatever, but it's not that I was older. My mom explained to me that I was gifted and they wanted to send me to a gifted school, but because they didn't have the correct resources at that time, and she was a Black mother and they weren't really trying to push for her daughter to excel. So, and poverty was an issue also, but education was everything for me growing up. I used to cry to go to school. I would be sick and cry to go to school. But anyways, I wanted to be a fashion designer. That was my first choice. And I remember sending out my papers, and when they sent it back and I seen the price to go to fashion school, I was like, whoa. So my second choice, I wanted to either be a funeral director, or this wasn't my pick. It was the guidance counselor in school. He chose social work, and he was like, every time there were fights in school and stuff, they would always call me to mediate situations. And once again, people have always branded me as a bully, but actually I was a peacemaker. So I remember one day he brought me into the guidance counselor office, and he's like, you know, I really think you should do social work because blah, 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 whatever. So I was like, yeah, okay. So I applied and I got it. Went to college, studied social work. I graduated in about 97. I've been practicing in that field ever since. What else? I was talking about, well, one thing I wanted to touch on with everything that I went through, there was always trauma in my life. There was always abuse. And when I say abuse, like not necessarily physical abuse, but or sexual, there was verbal abuse. There was, I mean, in work, there just so many things. And there's a reason why I mentioned that, because I'm going to get back to it. So I heard somebody mention about about us with money earlier. And I don't remember her name, but she's the insurance broker. Well, I lucked out because my mom, she worked at a bank for 25 years, over 25 years. So she taught me financial literacy, and she gave me that gift, which now I could take a $2 outfit and you'll swear it's $2,000. Or I could take $20 and make it stretch like it's $200. And I learned those things from my single Black mother who raised us in low income housing. So it doesn't matter where you come from or where you grow, it's just what your foundation is. And like if you have somebody to back you and like enforce it upon you, then you can get far. So I'm gonna fast forward a whole bunch. Growing up in Jane Finch and getting a good education and doing all of that kind of stuff, and I got in trouble.
Tanya, take your time and share what you need to share. Don't think you have to be rushed.
Okay, I got in trouble. When I say I got in trouble, I went to prison. Yes, and I sat in prison for 4 years, but that was the worst, yet the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Reason being, people on the outside don't know, but people on the inside, along with me, like I know what that caused for me. Anyways, while I was there, I ran a computer lab for 4 years. I taught inmates how to use Microsoft Word, Excel, Publisher, like basically, okay, so, and then I ran support groups, like everything. If I talk about that, that's gonna be forever. So maybe you guys will see it when I make my movie. I've been trying to get a hold of Tyler Perry and those kind of people because, yeah, I have a story to tell. Like it's a real banger. But anyways, I was winning trophies when I was in there. I was going on the road. I was getting paid. I left with experience, and people, even now, they're like, why don't you stop talking about that place? Why don't you get over it? But no, I have to talk about it because my life was put on hold for 4 years and I left people in the world. And guess what? I came back and I passed them, surpassed them, gone past them. Like, and there's no looking back. And when I say this with conviction because I have gone through a fight and I still go through it and I don't feel no way. And I'm proud to say, and I walk with my head high and I smile because one, I have a nail business. I have a nail shop. It's been running for 10, going on 11 years now. And who supports me? Not us. The most calls I got for nails from our community was when the pandemic, the lockdown, because guess why? They couldn't go to Nice One Nails. They couldn't go to Miss Chin. I hope I'm not offending nobody on this chat right now, but that's when people started linking me. And guess what? I pick, choose, and refuse, and I'm very selective with whose hands I touch because I'm a pro and I'm that professional and good at it that I'm not gonna do somebody's nails who wants to talk down my price. I give them a price and they want, oh, but this, but that, but oh, Miss Chin does it for this. Well, go there because I built what I have. The name of my business is Tanija. So it's Tanya. And my son's name is Adonijah. So I mixed the two. So it's Tanija. Anyways, this past March, right before, because everything affected everybody when COVID came, of course. The business started to pick up real good. I was gonna run some March break programs, and then of course COVID came. So, anyways, I ran a March break program. I taught nails, which I've also taught in the YMCA. I taught a nail program. In the York Catholic District School Board, I've taught nail programs. Yeah, I do my own nails, which I started, but I'm not done yet. I started it yesterday, but I'm so busy. Um, basically, what I'm trying to get at here is with my love for fashion, I've gotten my eyelash course, I've done makeup. Last year I graduated from a sewing program. Right now I'm doing part-time George Brown. I'm in a fashion tech program. So I'm still so in love with fashion, but my background is social work. So I decided to combine the two. I was in a business program last year. People ask me how I get everything done. I don't know. I don't know either, but I do. So that's where I reconnected with Carrie again. And I presented my business program. Well, because I'm gifted and I can do so, I decided to combine and collaborate everything. So nobody steal my idea, please. Just work with me. So my, right? And I wanna actually cater this salon to people who have mental health, disabilities, limitations, and just things that get in the way of them accessing a normal salon. Reason being, I've been in the social work field for so long, and I know what affects people. I've seen it, I've worked with it, and then on the other hand, the beauty side. And a lot of times, like, self-care is important, and I could wake up feeling crappy and I just like put on something cute or do my hair, or even something as simple as your eyebrows, even just polishing your nails. I have done a lot of volunteer work in shelters and stuff, polishing something as simple as polishing someone's nails. You'd be shocked to see how it changes their mood, changes their whole week. And that only takes me like 10 minutes. So I do a lot of charity work, and it's not all about money all the time. And I've learned that because being away for 4 years, I lived 4 years without money. And now I look at money so different. Like, I know you need it to survive and to do all these things and whatever. And, you know, long story short, but I don't know, I look at money different. So going back to, I'm gonna wrap it up now. So in all these things I explained to you, and I'm just touching on the surface of my story, but there was always trauma involved, always trauma and abuse. And last year, like, I went through some rough times, and I'm a person, if something's wrong, like, you'll never know. If I'm hungry, you'll never know. If I'm sad, you'll never know. If I'm broken, you will never know, because I always appear the same. The only way you're gonna really know is when you hear my mouth, because I can't hold things down. And that's another thing I learned in my 4 years of segregation from society. I learned, let it out. That's why we have so much people walking out there with mental health and with all these things, because they're forced to hold it in. Our community, our culture. Oh, if you cry, you're not strong, or you're not this, and people hide their feelings and emotions till it eats them up and takes over their mental. But you have to take care of your mental state. And that's why I'm not afraid to let it out. So anyways, I decided that I needed an outlet, because I was a real angry girl from a lot of things I went through, from like growing up with a single mother. She doesn't talk to you the nicest. And I know my mom didn't really mean nothing but frustration, the cuss words, so all them words, I didn't just pick it up off the road. I learned it somewhere, but not only from her, just like in general, right? Anyways, I had a list of 70 people that hurt me so bad that, yo, if I could just go and they were dead, I would want that. And I had to work through it, and I prayed to God and like so many things. And you know what my outlet is now? Like, I'm slowly getting over the hurt and the fight, and my own friends ain't happy for me. I have a nail shop and my own friends, They wouldn't even come and say, oh, do you need a glass of water? Do you want a bottle of water? You good? No. If I post something, or they don't talk to me, they don't look my way. But then they go and tell everybody, oh, she does nails and she's the best and this and this and that. But you don't support, because I know what support is. But anyways, I feel like I'm going off on a whole bunch of tangents, but back to this now. Like, I had to get over all this anger and frustration. And I decided to start a nail polish line. So with everything going on, I have a nail polish line. I'm just waiting for the shipment from the private label company, but it's called Powers of Polish. So it's coming soon to a store near you. Hopefully Miss Chin will buy them too. But I mean, there's a lot behind it. That's another thing I can't even begin to talk about, because I'm starting off with 12 colors, 1 color each month. There's a powerful story behind each color. And the reason why I named it Powers of Polish is because I didn't know I was gonna grow up and really learn how to do nails. And when I think back to how my mom talks about how I was and stuff, and then I see everything, how I am and how I transformed and what I became, it's like she fostered that growth. She was a strict mom. So, and I'm very creative. Thank you, Carrie, but I am. So I used that anger and try to channel it into something that I like and know how to do. So the polish is it right now. And I'm stuck between the polish and my beauty bus, but I'm gonna get that done too. So I have a challenge for everybody in the group on the panel, because I see all these lovely panels come together and do all these nice talks, and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, and kumbaya, kumbaya. But the challenge is, like, I think right now Black people are winning. And we need to continue to just win and don't drop the baton and just keep passing it on like the 4x4, like the winning Jamaican team when they're running their relay and they keep passing the baton, except we can't drop it. And if everybody sits down as a collective and like really plans out something proper, I think we could take this. We could eat it up. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so
Thank you so much.
more. Oh, one thing I want to do, Josette. Let me tell you, I have to big up Josette. Why? Because one more thing I have to touch on. Growing up as a big, heavy, plus size, fat, fluffy, whatever you want to call it, girl, people made fun of me all my life. They still do. Up to last year in my 40s, I had people who I grew up with send me emails and texts calling me fat, BITCH, telling me to go lose weight and some horrid stuff. But I'm happy with myself. And these people that send these things to me and say these things to me, if you ever see them, but I don't want to body shame nobody, so that's okay. But yeah, so I forget what I was saying. Oh my God. Oh yes, Josette. So I went on a diet, right? And I got help from the hospital. You guys, I have no, like, I'm not afraid to say anything. So I did. I went on a nice diet program, didn't get surgery because I wanted it, but the doctor said no. So I learned how to do a lot of things, including exercise. And I invited everybody under the sun, from my family to my friends, to do aqua cycle, that is spinning class underwater. I invited everybody. And out of the whole population in Toronto, guess who came? Josette, Jay. And it was awesome. It was fun. And It doesn't happen anymore because of COVID. Obviously, COVID
Man,
mashed
you
up all
should
of our
damn near
life.
drown me in the water, but it was fun. I had a
Yeah, I
blast.
saw
I
you guys.
floated
Thank you,
all the way to
Tanya,
the
for that.
top.
Thank you so much for that, Sergey. But yes, I did see you guys pictures and I wanted to try it. Me and Chantal did
Yes.
go and do.
I didn't have a car them times because I was like, yeah, let me get up in the water and
Yeah.
just do this thing. But I didn't have a
But
car them times, so I
apart
didn't.
from
But
that, I think I've spoken enough, but not enough. But
Thank you. I'm gonna give you time
I
to
just hope everybody could come together and plan something big where everybody has their hand in it.
absolutely.
So it could just like boom.
Thank you so much, Tanya, for sharing so
Do you have
much.
any questions, Chantal, for her?
There was a question.
You're
Yes, it
welcome.
was. Does she have a pardon? Have you applied for a pardon?
Oh, fortunately, I don't have a record in Canada.
Okay.
So I'm good.
Well, good to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah.
But so that was really the only question, but there was a lot of positivity of like speaking your truth and speak up, and they're excited about your power polish when it comes up. So everyone's just really excited, and they are wishing you the best and hoping you to continue to push through, get those polishes out there so that people can purchase them. Yeah, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Yes, we really appreciate it. And I just want everybody to thank you again for joining and thank you for keeping up with us. And I really appreciate the support. Definitely know that I'm doing this because I want to, this to continue. I want us to continue to, big up each other and celebrate each other and support each other and continue to be entrepreneurs because yeah, we're late to the game, but we are, we're thriving and we are pushing it forward. So this is definitely more. I'm going to be trying to do more talks like this. My next, I'll get into that, but our next speaker is Cabrina. She's new to my tribe. And she'll explain to you what the tribe is and all that stuff because that's her language that I love and I use now. So she's new to my tribe, and I met her in another business course that I was doing because I've had. I'll come back to me in a minute. Let me focus. But I met her in a business course, and from that I've just enjoyed watching her growth and watching her and just all the things that she has put out there. I am a fan. And so I asked everybody to give me a word or a sentence to describe them. And this is what Cabrina sent to me. Amazing things start happening once you start showing up for yourself and leading your tribes. And see, great segue into it. Take it away, girl.
Hi, Carrie. Hi, ladies. I think there's a gentleman in here as well. Hi, everyone. So, yes, my name is Cabrina Morgan. I the CEO of Capostrophe Media. So when Carrie invited me, hey, Philly, it was so great. We had a consultation, part of the tribe, all that good stuff. So it's so amazing. Let me just put that out there. It's so amazing to see you showing up for yourself and saying, yes, you're going to do it. This year, you're going to put muse out there. I seen the post from the library quote that you put. So I'm just like, yes, girl. I seen Kofi reshared it and I was just like, oh, I'm so excited. Because what I like to see is Black women showing up for themselves every time. Because we are known to show up for everybody else. And the thing is, a lot of people don't understand how to say no. Like, I see you're burning out. I see you're pouring from an empty cup. Don't pour into me anymore. A lot of people won't say no. A lot of people won't say no. They will watch you burn yourself out just so that they can keep warm. So as Carrie was explaining, my big thing right now is the tribe. So having people around you who are going to support you, not necessarily buy your products, right? Because not all customers are tribe members and not all tribe members are customers. So when Tanya was saying, I have family members who wouldn't support me and stuff like that. We've been there. I've been there. I've started many businesses. I'm like, Carrie, what am I gonna come up here and talk about? She's like, well, I don't know, success. What does success look like to you? Well, for me, success, it varies depending on the level that I'm on. So for me right now, success is completing my Connecting with Your Tribe workbook. So in my workbook, I teach female entrepreneurs how to find their tribe, how to communicate with their tribe, how to read your Instagram insights so that you're not creating content for people who are not for you, right? So if you're in a business and you're trying to attract the right crowd, that's pretty much what I help you to do. I'm all for supporting the women that are around me, just like how they support me as well. A few of them are on the call right now. Hey, Priscilla from Pava Cosmetics Makeup. So it's a Black female makeup line. They're in Toronto. This year is 20 years since they've been in business, since they've been established. So when you guys are saying, you know what, people don't necessarily support it, you know, they didn't necessarily support you until the lockdown, until the George Floyd incident and all of that. Like, I'm in marketing. Trust me, I know the hardship of getting our people to stand behind us. It's one of the hardest things to do. And yes, they will take the money and they will go to Miss Chin or whoever, right? Like, I've had those conversations. Hey, thank you. Yeah, Daisy picked my colors. So yeah, so before this, this year my business will be it will be 3 years since I've been teaching female entrepreneurs how to market to their tribe and find their tribe. Before that, I ran the marketing program. I was the marketing exec for the Spot Youth Center. So they operate out of the Jane and Finch Family Center. Before that, I was a published author. Well, I guess I still am. Published author, put out 2 books of poetry based on a whole lot of trauma that happened in my life. So yes, I'm a product of a single mom. I was married for 10 years, abusive relationship, been in shelter so many times. So I understand when women say, when they come to me and they need to work on their marketing, right? And there's always something holding them back, whether it's financial. The financial expert was in here earlier, and she was saying, we do not have the financial literacy. It's not something that we talk about in our Black community, because whatever money you make, you're supposed to keep it to yourself, but that's something that the boss has created so that they can keep the wages separate for different individuals, right? If nobody's talking about who's getting paid more, they don't have to answer to why I'm paying this person more than the next person, right? So, and a lot of times, shame, it thrives in silence. So the reason why you can't put yourself out there as much, or you can't show up for yourself as much, is because there's something blocking you. So with the tribe, and I'm always speaking about your tribe and connecting with your tribe, because there are people in there, the people that you have around you will start to impact you. So if you have nothing but negative people around you saying, no, you can't do this, or no, maybe you should wait until later, or maybe, you should let somebody else do this, I don't think this is for you. If that is what you're constantly hearing, that is what you're going to start telling yourself. So I'm very big on tribe. I'm very big on the energies that I allow around me. I'm very big on the people that I allow in my space, and also the clientels that I sign, right? Exactly. Like, we also have to understand the power that we possess and how we show up for people and how we show up for ourselves. And it's not so much motivating people so that they can do this and you can do this. All you have to do is show up for yourself, and that empowers somebody else to show up for themselves. All you have to do is be authentic, and that also gives somebody else the power to be authentic. And if you show up and you let people know you are not for the bull, you are not for the joke, and you're not for the nonsense, they know how to approach you. Because all my clients will tell you this: if I say we have a meeting at 6 p.m., best believe it's not going to be 6:05 that you're going to be showing up, because you get one opportunity to slide, and I'm going to let you know, no, Like, I understand giving people grace, but you also need to understand that you have the power within you to teach people how to address you. You teach people how they speak to you and how they come at you in any format. So whether it's financially or emotionally, in every aspect of your life, right? So again, big on showing up for yourself. It's not about showing up for anybody else, because by showing up for yourself and speaking your truth and standing behind your boundaries, everybody else will fall in line. And guess what? If they don't fall in line because they're like, you know what, I think you're being too strict, or I feel like you have this time and you should give it to me. Well, guess what? You shouldn't be in my tribe, because I'm telling you at this point what I'm capable of giving you. If you want more than that, I'm sorry. Well, sorry, not sorry, because at this moment in time, this is what I have to give you. This is my capacity, right? And that's also something that we need to understand, because a lot of times, I have this video on my page, a lot of times we try to pour into people that do not have the same capacity that we do to take the information, to take the knowledge that we have to give them, right? So it might look like, oh, you're trying to ram this information down my throat and I didn't ask for it, but they do not have the capacity to hold everything that you're pouring into them. So guess what? Hold that for yourself. Show up for yourself and the people that are around you who are pouring back into you, to make sure that you're not running on empty. Pour into them, because you know you're not gonna, we have this saying in Jamaica, good friend better than pocket kind, right? So if you don't have money, this is something that I learned a long time ago, networking, because people don't tell you this. I started my own entrepreneurship business since 2012, right? I graduated high school at 15 years old. I went to live in New York for a year because the schools in Canada were going to put me back in grade 9. And I'm like, I'm 15 and I just graduated high school. Like, what are you guys really doing? But if you don't have somebody behind you advocating and saying, you know what? No. Because my parent was like, listen, immigrant families, when they come up and the system tells them that this is how something is supposed to go, they automatically off the bat take it. Some of them do, some of them question it, right? But my dad was like, you know what? She needs ESL. What? I speak Spanish and I was learning French, and English is my first language. I'm coming from Jamaica. What do you mean I need ESL, right? But I didn't have that person advocating for me. I started a cushion and decor business. So I was making custom drapes, bedding, everything, right? I was using raw silk, all this material. I was making enough money to afford a condo on Bathurst by being an entrepreneur. But then again, family members are like, oh, you need a solid whatever, you need to make sure that you have consistent money coming in and all of that. So I left that job. I left my career, started, running my own business to work for a restaurant, getting paid $8 an hour because it was consistent. So if back then, if I had a strong support system, a stronger support system, I had one person in my corner, Evelyn Skeet from Yorktown Shelter. Evelyn Skeet. She saw this woman at 16 years old when I didn't even see this person, when I was suffering through my depression. And she said, you know what? Enough. You need to go to the doctor, because pill shaming is very big in our community. So I quit my job at Sunrise Caribbean Restaurant for 9 years. I was their marketing director. I started with them when they had 7 restaurants, including the one at Jane and Falstaff and Jane and Finch. I was the youngest regional marketing director for them, right? From 7 restaurants to 21. I did all their marketing. I did all their social media, all of that. So it was like, I knew what I was doing, but I still wasn't confident in showing up for myself, because the people that I had around me, the environment that I was in, it wasn't so much echoing, you can do this, what's stopping you? You need to get out of your own way, right? And a lot of times, because we are not, you don't know what you don't know. So it wasn't like you needed to go to therapy. You need to deal with all the trauma, the 10-year marriage, the abuse, being in a shelter, a toxic mom, everything, right? I didn't have people around me saying, you need to deal with this. It was just like, sure, I saw people stay. No, let's not normalize it. Let's normalize, let's get help. Let's normalize, let's talk about it. Let's normalize, no, you are good enough. So you showing up in your authentic skin, showing up authentically as you are good enough, right? So I'm here to echo that within my tribe. It's not just marketing where I teach you how to play your brand so that other people will buy it. No, we deal with all of this. We create an aligned brand. So if you're going to create an aligned brand, you need to know what you're aligning with. And if you are not right here, and if you're not right here, your business, you might be making money now, but trust me, like when it hits, it hits. You'll be crying and you have no idea what you're crying for. I remember showing up for meetings with Paba Cosmetics, and that's why I love them so much. I remember my first year in business, and I was showing up and I would have to stand outside and cry before I went in. And then I remember one meeting, I was just like, I couldn't hold it together anymore because I was finalizing my divorce, but I wasn't taking the time to deal with it. I wasn't taking the time to heal. I wasn't taking the time to take care of all of this. I was just like, I need to get this done so that I can make a paycheck so that the bills will get paid. It wasn't so much, okay, I need to take the time to heal. Because if you do not make time for the healing, you have to make time for everything else. Because when your body shuts down, and that is how I started 2020. I started 2020 in the hospital. Day 2, January 2nd, I was in the hospital because I was so stressed. I passed out inside of Tim Hortons. I went to buy coffee and fainted, right? So it was kind of like, okay, I know the work needs to be done, but if I'm not here, it's still not going to get done. If I don't take care of me, it's still not going to get done. And I have a daughter who's 10 years old. She does coding. She's on the honor roll. She speaks French. She's a very smart little girl, right? So I want to make sure that by showing her it's okay to be yourself, like you are enough. That's all that it takes. It's not like, oh, you have to go to school and become a psychologist or a doctor. No, whatever makes you happy. And if singing makes you happy, do that. If going on Broadway makes you happy, do that. Whatever makes you happy, I'm gonna support you. I might not be happy with it, and I think that, you might be, but if it makes you happy, I'm gonna support you. Because when I was her age, that's what I needed, right? So I'm not gonna put her in a situation where she has to be healing from things that I put her through because I didn't heal from my own things, right? So that's the message that I echo throughout my tribe. If you're going to do the work, you have to do all the work. And the work for different people looks different, right? So just be authentic to yourself. Heal from the shit. Don't sweep it under the rug. Show up authentically. If people like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. And plus, you don't even like everybody anyway. You ain't trying to please everybody anyway, right? So just show up for yourself, and that will in turn give everybody else permission to show up. And if they don't want to show up, that's on them. As I tell my daughter, that's a personal problem, right? Do the best for you right now, right? Thank you so much, Jennifer. So yeah, so for me, that's what success looks like. Just showing up authentically, be yourself, talk your ish, and just do the damn thing. Yes, Keisha. Keisha's also a client of mine, Keisha Pinto, guys. Check her out if you have any events coming up. I know a lot of amazing Black women. If you would like to be a part of my tribe, definitely connect with me. There's always somebody looking for something and they come to me like, Cabrina, do you know somebody who does this? So I would love to add a whole bunch of names to my roster. Like if this is what you do and people are looking for your services and they come to me, I want to be able to pass on your name because you ladies are incredible. Thank you so much for showing up tonight. Carrie, thank you so much for having me. And ladies, thank you so much for staying the whole time. This is truly amazing. Just thank you, ladies. Thank you.
That was amazing, Kabrina. I just looking at the chat. So there's tons of big up to yourself and just big up and appreciating your appreciating your realism. The word tribe really resonated with a lot of people and just what that means and just building their tribe and how important a tribe is and that we need to start looking at our tribe and building our tribe a bit more. And someone did ask, they definitely want to get in contact with you. Just a reminder that we will definitely be sending Kabrina's, along with the other beautiful women here, their contact information and their business information so that you guys can connect with them afterwards to get some more information, maybe one-on-ones and support from them. And we'll definitely be sending it out after the event. But thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I resonate with Chantel's speaking. Thank you so much. I'm so appreciative of my first event and, you know, all these beautiful women. And I want to stop and pause, and I have to ask you guys to give a round of applause to Chantel for helping me put this all together and, you know, just being my part of my tribe. Karina, she's part of my tribe and she is amazing. And she's been so helpful in this and getting me to, you know, get it together. Like, you know what I mean? She said, you could do this, Carrie, you got it. And you know what? I did it. We did it. And I'm so appreciative of it. My heart is overflowing because all of the love and you know that this is why I wanted to do this. This is why I pulled this together within less than a week, because I wanted you guys to be recognized and understand that we will show up for you. Black women do show up for each other. We are doing amazing things. We work together, we connect, and we drop gems for each other, and we share each other's accolades. And we do not have to be each other's competition. We are each other's cheerleaders. We are, like Karina said, everybody has their own talents and their own skills, and connecting and referring and helping and supporting. You don't always have to purchase. You don't always have to buy. Paba, you know, I'm coming. I'm definitely, I love your stuff. I'm so appreciative of Karina exposing me to all these new Black businesses, because she always does that. And I'm appreciative. Josette and Leanna for financial, Josette for her beautiful women's society, Denise for paving the way. And I don't know if there's any questions. I want to leave the floor open for a few minutes for you guys to unmute yourselves and just, if you want to praise, if you want to ask questions, if you want to direct it, go ahead. It's free for all for right now. And then I'm going to wrap it up.
Okay, I saw a question. What is Paba? So Paba is a Black-owned, there we go. It's a Black-owned makeup brand for women of color. So it's made by women of color, so they know what problems they're talking about, right? So they talk about hyperpigmentation, oily, like all that stuff. They help you to figure out like what they have. Virtual color matching, they reopened today because, you know, red, gray, whatever zone we're in right now. So it's makeup for women of color, and they made it in Toronto. So they started in Toronto. They have 3 stores in Ghana. There's one on Rexdale. Yeah.
Is it possible if we can put Papa in, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, so my apologies, put it in the chat just so that we can send that out to everybody else as well? And I did see a few people. I know Zay fits in the building and she put her contact information. So I'm also want this opportunity for people, if they have that's tuned in, because it's, although we have these lovely 7 ladies, I'm sure there's other women, and I recognize other women in this space that have their own thing, other things on their sides and their business and their other hustles going on. So I would like to open it up to you people just to kind of put your, whatever you're advertising in the chat, like whatever your business is or whatever you're representing, just in the chat, so we can also add that to our list that we send out of, you know, information and contacts. So we're all kind of building this tribe together. So you have that information.
I'm going to start and shout out one of my friends, one of my dear longtime friends who's in this chat by the name of Jules. And Jules has an amazing business called Sweet Treats. And if anyone's looking for her on Instagram, let me find her very quickly. Oh God, I'm in somebody else's Instagram. Sorry, Jules. But please put it in the chat if you're there, because I see that
there
you're
we go.
there.
She put it in
there
the chat.
You go.
In the chat.
Sweet_treats for everyone who's looking. Black owned, dedication, amazing stuff. Please reach out to her. Jules has been in my tribe, as we speak about tribes, for a long time, as well as my dear friend Andrea Jupiter, who's in this chat as well. And Andrea has dedicated her life to working in the telecommunications industry and to her family. And these are two women who I have been able to depend on through thick and thin. It's been a tough year for all of us. And what I appreciate about these two women is that our friendship doesn't just extend to us; it extends to our immediate families as well. Each of us, just like most of us in here, have parents who are elderly and aging, and they have been a great support system for me and for my family. My mother asks for them when she calls me. She doesn't even ask for me. She asks for my friends. And I'm like, well, what about me? And she's like, how's Jules? How's Andrea? And they consistently make sure to check in with my family, especially during COVID. And that's been a great support system. So for anybody who is experiencing, issues around family with COVID, if anyone needs to video chat or anyone feels like they need to vent, please feel free to reach out to us. We can always video chat via Instagram or anything like that. If anyone needs a shoulder or just someone else to talk to, let's get a group chat together. We can always open this Zoom again for another time just to decompress and have a glass of red wine, because y'all know I've been refilling my wine. And just have a spirit of sisterhood that we need, since we can't go into clubs and twerk and, we're missing all that. Like, I ain't wine on somebody's son in a whole year. It's been a long time since I put my foot up on somebody's son. Jeez, COVID. But, in the spirit of sisterhood, I think we should be able to get this going at any time. At any time. Let's do it by Zoom. Let's do it by WhatsApp, by Instagram, so that we can stay connected. And a lot of you single mothers out there, I want you guys to know, because I'm not a mother yet, hopefully. Thank you, Lord. Send me a fella. Thank you. And then the child.
Yes.
Gosh. But I want you mothers to know that it's also important for you to take time for yourselves. I know a lot of single mothers and a lot of single women who are mothers who are giving so much to their children during this time of need for homeschooling, virtual schooling, with COVID activities and things like that. And I want you to remember yourselves. So please make sure you take time for yourselves. And even if that means, a 1-hour video chat on a Saturday evening, that's what we're here for. So let's connect so that you have some you time. Don't forget about you, because somebody mentioned it earlier. You can't pour from an empty cup. Hi, my Josiah, I love you. If you're listening, thank you for listening. Don't pour from an empty cup. Karina said it earlier today. So let's pour into each other, and let's make sure that we recharge and keep ourselves happy and fulfilled.
Thank you. There is somebody in the chat that wanted to hear a bit more from Josette around her, I think it's Beautiful Women's Society. Just a little bit more information about it. Maybe just, a little bit more about what it's about, what you do, contact information. Again, that we'll put it in the chat.
Instagram. You do your Instagram.
And if you have your Instagram, put it in the
Instagram. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're asking me to do a lot here, eh? Going through
yes, yes.
And in the chats and whatnot, whatnot. Well, yes, Beautiful Women's Society. It's a society that is society of superheroes. All of the women on these calls are superheroes. What we do, and I say we, even though I'm the founder of it, it is made up of every woman makes up the society, because they're all there to reclaim their secret identity. And in their secret identity, there's so much wealth of wisdom and knowledge. But I think the biggest part is not about us as a collective, it's about them as a person. And so it's really opening the doors to recognizing their strengths, their weaknesses, their opportunities, their threats, what's holding them back, and why they can't define who they are. Two of the programs that I developed was one called the Empire, similar to the Tribe. The Empire is about leveling up your business knowledge, fundamentals from the business plan. It's a 3S strategy I use in terms of start, scale, sustain, and scale your business. We work right from the foundation or the concept of your business to the up end of how you're going to scale your business in incremental dollars. Because let's be real, if you ain't making dollars, it doesn't make sense to run business. That's just my philosophy. The Level Up program is more of a personal life coach type program. but it's group coaching. So we get together weekly. We do different topics each month. We have what we call 12 sustainable characteristics of growth. And that ranges anywhere from time management to organization to belief systems, etc. I just collaborated with two other amazing coaches who focus on relationship and finance. So we call it the Level Up Life, Love, Money program, where we get together and we talk about individual topics that are really wrapped into life experience. And I think for me, I'm a person that, a lot of people say, I never tell my story. And to be honest, my story is the story that I'm going to tell you that I'm going forward. As much as I love looking back, I find a lot of women live in the past. And so when we can get together in a place and think about forward movement, that's my whole mantra of fly, right? The bird never looks back as to where they came from. They're always looking at their next destination. And wherever they want to go, they're going to put their wings to action and get there. So the real focus of the society is to, as superheroes, we carry a lot on our shoulders, but it's to take a moment just to take the cape off, just to bring yourself back to it, strengthen your skill set, strengthen your superpowers, then to get the cape back on and go out there and make change. And so as I listen to all these women on this call, my challenge is not about, it's not about being in a society of women. It's about a society of women who are being together in change. And so I never have to worry. They all have my back. I have theirs. We're all going through the same hills, valleys, but we refuse to regress. We refuse to lay down. We refuse to let anything, poverty, because I grew up in Jane Finch. Those who know me know. Born in Shoreham, raised in Finch, feel it easy. And we didn't know, like you said, there was no firm education push, but we had talent. And so I just encourage every single woman on this call stop to look forward, only using the past as your foundation to your flight, to building your building higher. But stop going back to the first floor. Keep building another floor. Keep building another floor until you get your Eiffel Tower, until you are looking across and the only view that you're going to see are the clouds, because that's how high you fly, right? I don't have time to look back. My story is simply this. I wake up and I grind. I get up and I go. And if you can't see me, that's because you're in my rearview mirror. So I invite you to come. I invite you to run with me. I invite you to fly with me. And that's what we do in the society. I tell them no excuses. No excuses.
Awesome.
Everybody has the potential to be great. You just have to make the decision to love the process to get there. And if you don't, well, I'll see you on the flip side. So that's pretty much beautiful.
Thank you, girl. I really.
There's just one more question directed for Liana. And it's how can someone take that first step into building their own generational wealth?
Well, I did mention a little earlier, just with us, our community who, as I said, we had a late start. One great way, really, to build or start the whole generational wealth really is through life insurance, in my opinion. It's the cheapest way right now, just to get a life insurance policy and pass that down to your children and teach them about the money so that they keep it going. So yeah, in my opinion, the easiest, quickest way for us right now is through life insurance.
Okay, thank you. Carrie, I think the questions have, oh yes, absolutely.
Okay.
No, I want people to speak. Like if you want to.
No, I was just letting you know that there's no more chat like in here. So if anyone wants to unmic themselves and jump in.
Thank you.
Liana, this is directed towards Liana. So I know this gentleman who sells life insurance, and I have given him since last year at least 50 people. And he's from Greece. And he always says to me, he's like, he compares Greece to like, he doesn't really narrow down on which specific country, but he says the Black community. He's like, Tanya, every time I see somebody from your community pass away, I always see GoFundMe. right? So me and him, we try to trying to come up with some creative ways on how to present life insurance to our community. So hearing you talk tonight too, not to say I would dump him because he's a good resource too, but I mean, I'm very creative and I have ideas. It's just getting them out there because I know how to target people and I'm not afraid to present things to people, but especially our young folks, we have to present it in a way where, for instance, these young boys, they love rap. So we have to get it out to them in that capacity. Yes, or even like a cartoon or like something that's gonna catch their eye, a little video, something quick, short, and sweet and spicy, you know. But me and him
It's cheap. It's
decided
cheaper than Hennessy, girl. It's cheaper than Hennessy. That's all we need to tell people. Life
yeah,
insurance is cheaper than a Gucci hat. Like,
she's right though. You're right. Yeah, so just finding, I guess finding a way how to deliver it to people because not everybody, is that my internet going in and out? Not everybody is on paper and pen. And a lot of people have learning disabilities. A lot of people can't read. A lot of people can't retain things. Like we just have to find different ways of getting it out there. But I'm sure once we get it out, because if we want to build that wealth within our community, you know, also I seen somebody saying that they put together Black women's socials.
Yes, that's my aunt, by the way. Her name
Oh, well, I don't know where you guys host those socials, but I have a beautiful, beautiful shop. I have high heel chairs.
What we need to do, I know Chantel said she's going to share everybody's information. We
Yes. So
Yes,
just
so you
bring
guys
it
can
out
all-
there.
make sure we get the information.
Because it would be a relaxing atmosphere for women to
Absolutely.
get together
Thank you,
and talk
Liana.
and can soak their feet at the same time, or you know.
I don't want to
get a
cut you off,
manicure.
Tanya, but I am looking at time and I don't want to keep, these ladies have been
We'll
so
connect.
engaged,
Definitely.
you know, and I don't want to keep you much longer. I just want to make sure that everybody has time to sort of throw it out there or say something and recognize, you know, each other. And I just thank you guys for showing up and showing out. And I appreciate it. And I definitely will be doing more of these, and will be my next target will be men, Black men, and bigging up and celebrating Black men's contribution to our society. And I don't know, I mean, I see a few men in here. Thank you, the men in here. Philly, I know you. Thank you so much for always supporting, always showing up for us. And we really appreciate it. And all the other men in here, we thank you and appreciate you. But I want to see more. And I want to be able to, for us to look at that and call them out and say, you know, you need to, this is how you support us, you know, by showing up to things, not, you know, and being there for us. You don't have to even say anything because, you know, some men don't like to speak, but just showing up and showing out for us. But I do want to just also touch upon a little bit of, I think Chantal has said it again, and we'll just reinforce it, that it is being recorded and it will be accessible to you guys to share, to, you know, do what you will with it. And I so appreciate everybody. And again, the reasoning behind this was just to celebrate and recognize these wonderful Black women who are doing so much contributing so much to our society, so much to each other. And I just want each and every one of you to, on the panel, and anybody else that wants to throw it out, just throw out one of your tribe members that you appreciate, like Denise bigging up her, you know, 2 of her tribe members, but just throw them out before we wrap it up and go it out. I just want you to big up, you know, one of your tribe members that really you appreciate and you love, and you know, you really want them to know that you appreciate them. So just
Okay, can I start? Because I want to shout out to my girls.
Yes.
All excited. See, I hate talking about myself, but I could talk about my people all day. JB, Jennifer Boylan, hitting 270 days in her Trek to 365. Hit it, girl. Aisha's on the call. Shout outs to her. She hitting well past 150. We got Anik C on the call. Follow her at key_relationship. My bestie for going on almost 3 decades. Definitely, she's into key details and relationships. Shout out to, oh my God, there's so much of them on the screen. Oh, my girls all came out to play.
Thank you.
I said
Yes,
one.
we're here,
I
girl.
said one. You have too many tribals.
Yeah, girl, I got my tribe. Sophia Christian in the building. Can I keep going? GP.
No. Let other people. Thank you.
Let's go on now. All my girls from BWS.
We'll definitely have more time to big up each other. I will be doing this more, so don't worry about it. Anybody else out there? Come on. Karima, I know
lots of people.
Quick shout out. I'm putting up 2 people on the panel. So one, I want to shout out Cabrina. I am here because of the words that you said. Anybody who is thinking about consulting with Cabrina, do that. Get on that. She's the one. And Miss J, I don't know if you remember me, but we were in personal training together, and I was gonna give up. And every day I would come to class at 6 a.m. and Miss J would, that's why I was like, when Tanaja put the personal training or the swimming story, I'm like, that's Miss J. She was like, don't get up, don't stop, keep going. I'm wheezing, let me tell you. And Miss J is like, you can do this, you can do this. And I finished and I got through it. So I saw the lineup. I was so proud. I was so happy. I feel like I've arrived because I'm sitting on the panel with these women. And so I just wanted to shout you out. Thank you. And also, everyone on the panel. This is such a beautiful experience. I'm already following some of you. If you are taking new clients and you are selective, I would like to come and get my nails done. I've already followed you. I'm ready for a black nail tech for sure. So anyways, thank you, Carrie, for providing the space. Thank you, Chantel, for the invite. Big up to you.
Carrie, you said you're gonna send, are you gonna send the other ladies to us too? Like the panel ladies, are we gonna get their information?
Yes, all information will be sent through the emails. So anyone who signed up and registered, all the information, so even the information in the chat, I don't know.
Somebody's mic is making a lot of noise.
I think it's Chef Karima. I think it says Chef Karima.
Karima, is your mic on?
Yeah, I just muted her. So yes, it was. But yes, so everybody that's in the chat that just here that signed up will definitely get all the information, all the contacts, so your contacts, as well as the contacts that were in the chat. So we'll distribute it to everybody, definitely. I know I'm muted you, Karima, just because I think your mic was rubbing up on your scarf or something, but are you ready to do your shout out, or Liana?
I'll go.
Oh,
so for everyone, like double dutch trying to jump.
Okay,
so
I'm going in the basement.
That was
so I'm out. Bye, everybody. I gotta go. I've been sitting in the car. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Karima.
No problem.
Bye, Karima. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, I muted myself when you called my name. I'll just please quickly just shout out my sister. Some of you guys probably know her, Delisha Sims. Her company is called Ishe Life and Energy. For all your spiritual needs, your crystals, your sage, your Palo Santo, whatever you need, go check her out on Instagram at Ishe, ESHE, Life and Energy. And one more also, my auntie, Marie, she has that Black Women Social. You want to connect with her. She's Marie Lauren Gregory at gmail.com. She shared it in the chat. She's got great stuff going on, a great, similar to what we have here. Go check her out.
Thank you so much. I know, Karina, you got cut off a little bit. You want to do your shout outs real quick? Sorry.
I know, I'm really horrible at double dutch. So for everyone that was asking about makeup, Priscilla, the CEO for Paba Cosmetics, she's actually in the chat right now. So she's been hyping me up about my makeup. So I'm like, let me give her a shout out. Keisha Pinto, if you're looking for another Black event coordinator, definitely connect with her. She's the one who coordinates and plans for Textured. If you're having events and you're trying to figure out how to make money while the event's going on, definitely connect with Keisha Pinto. I'm wearing this giant shirt with spot on it. So spot on gorgeous. If you're looking for a Black esthetician, visit the O Spot on Instagram or the ospot.com. Again, if you need Palo Santos gems, Acua's gems, if you need to do any of the shadow work, figuring out like childhood traumas, like stuff that you don't know what's bothering you, definitely connect with Acua's gems. So many people in the tribe. Connect with me on Instagram after this, and I'll put you like wherever you need to be. Whoever you need to meet, let me know.
Can I big up before I pass it to you, Carrie? Carrie, you are on mute. Carrie, you're on mute. I'm just going to shout out some people too, because I'm loving who's up in the building. I'm glad that you mentioned Delisha, because I was also going to big up Delisha and her business, and her information will be in the chat. A longtime friend, that's a sister at this point. I want to big up Helen Williams, who also came out, Lisa Thomas, who came out. Denise Johnson, I am wearing her earrings. Thank you so much for these earrings. I won them through a Zay Fit, who's also been in the Xena contest, and I'm loving my earrings, so big up to her. Andrea as well, Jules that was here. There are so many beautiful women in here. Of course, the panelists. It's listening to all your stories, and even Carrie, like just the fact that you were able to do this, and I told you you would, I knew you could, and it's amazing. But it's just been, I feel full. I feel full. My cup is full this evening with all of these amazing stories and just so much inspiration. So I really want to thank all you beautiful women. I definitely want to thank all the women that are in the chat and the men that are in the chat that came and joined in. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I look forward to having these conversations again. And I'll just say, Kabrina, Evelyn is still at the shelter. I work at Yorktown Family Services, and she's still there. She's amazing. She's definitely amazing. But yes, I look forward to these things. I look forward to more of these things, Carrie, that you will put on. But I agree with Denise that I think we need to keep this kind of collective going and have conversations off the side in WhatsApp or even Instagram or something. So look out for these things that will be happening. And thank you again, everybody, for joining in the conversations and everything like that. It's been a blessing.
Shout out before Carrie, because I think she's going to close it.
Yes, she is.
Is there, I know the guys are on here. Is any guys want to shout out, or, and I know Journey Rain, you put your information in there, because I know I see Journey Rain on here as well as Zay Fit. You know, we were going to have somebody else on the panel, which is Micah. And Micah is Cope Counseling, and she wasn't able to make it, but I know definitely I will tag everybody, and you know, please follow everybody on here. If you have it, we'll follow you, follow back, and we'll just keep this going. I love it and appreciate it. And I want the guys, if you're in here and you want to say something, please do so. We so appreciate you.
They left. So they were here. We had 3 of them, but they did leave. I know we're really over time, but they were here. They were. So they're not here.
I appreciate.
Oh, I see a Reggie, but I don't know if that's who. But I'm just saying the other ones like Phil and John and Owen, they have left.
Okay, that's totally fine. Totally fine. I know we've gone over time, and they've stuck with us this far in this long.
Can I do my big ups?
Kabrina, can you? Yeah, Tanya, do it quickly, because Kabrina has a poem to end the night with.
All right, don't forget it.
No, go, Tanya. We don't forget. No. Go ahead. Pick up at least one person.
Oh, it's okay. I don't have a tribe anyway. I didn't invite not one person, because I honestly.
We have to create it for you then. Sabrina, get on it. And Tanaji needs a tribe.
That's right. I honestly didn't invite one person because I've had so much toxic relationships with females that I was over them. Like, I'm scared of girls. I'm scared of females. Real talk. So Carrie, thank you, because Carrie kind of understands me. I could talk to her and she knows, and like, Chantel, I love you, you know. Delisha, even though I can't see you, like, these girls, they were my younger sister's age, but you know, they were still my little sisters, and it's glad that we all grown up, and I could still see you guys. And Josette, love you. Everybody else, I'm glad I met you, and I'm gonna try to have more positive relationships with women. But yeah, apart from that, I'm gonna build a tribe one day.
Thank you so much, Tanya. And I know you can do it. And we're all here to support you. Karina, can you do your poem, please, to end off the night? And again, thank you guys so much. I so appreciate it. 40 people, 41 people. Woohoo! 40. It's amazing.
Hey, sorry about that. Was getting my daughter ready for bed. Poem. Okay. I'm going to read something from my Gemini season book of poetry. Bear with me 1 second, ladies, if you have the time.
Just a reminder, if there's any last minute information that you want to put in the chat, I am going to be making a copy of the chat. Please do so now while we wait for Karina to do her, to share her poem with us.
We can, anybody wants to jump in and do your big ups, you still have time, Karina, while Karina is finding her poem that
After
she
you done cut me off, now you want to come back me
No,
to say
not
something
you,
again?
not you. You are not you. And we have the Sip Tuesday for you to big up.
you,
Tips and
Josette.
tips too.
Thank
Yes.
you for
Carry
that,
on. I expect
Josette.
to see you on it now that you have big surf your life. Now I can big you up for something, man. Surf your life.
Yes, I will be on it. Yes, I will be there.
Oh my God.
Just while we're waiting,
I'm
Josette,
so
guess
proud
what?
of you too, Delisha. Good work. Good
Say
job.
again?
Delisha, I'm saying so proud of Delisha.
Oh, Delisha, nice.
Thank you.
Can I see Delisha's face?
That's what I was going to say.
Well,
I hear this
Delisha
Delisha
is
person. I
looking
kind of
a
want to
little
see her.
dealing with her children.
You know Delisha, Josette. You know Delisha. You just
Can
have
I
to
please see her and her sister? Look, she looks like her sister.
No.
Hi,
Hi,
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Oh
My
my
homely
God.
self.
Not at all. Not at all.
Delisha, everybody on the
You're
panel
beautiful.
has
I
makeup
work
but me.
nights and yeah.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
still
you
in
have
night
your red
mode.
light special
Sorry.
going on there, girl.
Everybody
No.
on the panel has
my
on makeup except
Your
me.
red light, your
And
lights up.
Rebecca.
Look,
Sure,
Delisha,
red
up,
light
look up.
special going
I
on there,
wish.
boy. What a sleeping you doing?
Okay.
Oh my God. Sorry,
Whenever
Karina. Sorry.
you're ready.
I know Althea, did you put your information? I think, is she still on here? Is Althea still on here? She's amazing. She's new to my tribe too, and she's been my Facebook friend, and she is amazing. She sends me information. We haven't even met yet. But she is amazing, and I invite her and she invites me, and we support each other. And I can't wait to meet her because she's amazing on Facebook. So picture what she would be in person. But yeah, Althea, you here? You put your information in. She has a business as well, a consulting business, and she's amazing. She's been in the field for a long time in the social service field as well as me. So
She is here, and she said she did put her information in the chat.
oh, great. Thanks, Althea. Yes, link up with her. She's amazing. You ready, Karina?
I am.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Okay. So I wrote this book while I was working at Sunrise Restaurant. And the biggest thing was like, oh, you're a published author. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, you don't look like an author. And I was just like, what does an author look like? They're like, oh, not you. So I'm like, okay, that was motivation for me to get it done. So the poem that I'm gonna read for you is called Where Musing Begins. And I wrote this while I was at Yorktown Shelter, while I was battling depression, while I was going through everything. So it's very raw because this is how I was feeling at the time when I connected pen to paper. This was my first introduction to therapy, actually getting it out, because once it stays inside, it festers. So it's called Where Musing Begins. Trying to show the blind my vision is like giving people ammunition and armor-piercing rounds as the bullet piles and mounds vicious pounds till the only sounds is that of my dreams hid in the ground. Shooting holes inside my soul, having no one to be consoled, putting my happiness on hold for soul preservation now, that's my only goal. Feeling wounded, feeling lost, to be happy there's a cost, be it with old friends, maybe a lover, a happier self, my aim to discover. In the shell of my former self, enslaved and confined, looking behind, hoping to rewind time. Trying to figure where I went wrong in my master plan, but with age, I now understand it might not have been the master's plan. Trying to breathe and find my center. To my sadness, I refuse to surrender. What's the point of it all? Because with every rise, somehow I fall. Everything that I held dear, my daughter, husband, home, my hair, I lost it all in the span of 1 year. How was I to cope? No hope, thought about the rope. My life was heading down a very slippery slope. My second time, how this happened, in a shelter for battered women. To strangers and counselors, I had to open if I wanted things changed. Well, that's what I was hoping. He kicked me out 7 months pregnant. I'm sorry, Cabby, I love you, is what he said, and I took him back. I now know that was why, coming back from that, then back to that. But this time, the beatings came back to back. He kicked me out when our baby was 6 months old. Shit, sounds like the story's already been told. He said I now look pregnant and so fucking fat, and that insult, somehow I took it as fact. Who knew words could have such a negative impact? Withering away, looking at my soul's decay, happiness at base, smiling to hide the happiness. Smiling to hide the sadness every single day. Inside, I felt like dying, no more tears left for crying. I don't know why, but something said, don't give up, keep trying. So with every new day, more courage I had to muster, trying to look at things a new way, out of my head, try to clear the clutter. I finally left his ass a few months later, forget my happiness, the fight for my daughter, that was much greater. So I turned away from myself, ate everything on the shelf. The bigger I got, the more my mind fell into that trap. Self-love was now at an all-time low. Even the slightest comment I saw as a low blow to my ego. But there is light at the tunnel. This now I know. There is hope yet, and I see this in an amazing poet. If I hadn't reached out, maybe another regret. I reached out and he helped me up, and I'm so happy he did. But for me to rebuild, start a new beginning, all the changes I'd had to do from within, not through him. And that, my dears, is how and where my musing begins.
Thank you so, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. That touched my spirit. So thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. That's amazing. We really appreciate that.
Oh my gosh, Karina, that's great. And the book, she has a book available. She has a book of poems. She's amazing. So link her, get connected with her. And again, thank you, ladies. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you so much. I so
want to just say one thing. For one, I want to definitely big up Finch again, because there's a lot of us in the space, and there's a lot of successful people that came out of Finch. But I do know that my lovely Denise,
Scarborough in the house. Scarborough in the house.
Ain't not like
Finch. Leave us out, man. Don't leave us out. Don't leave us out, bro. Don't leave us out, bro.
Finch. I mean, I appreciate you.
That's the truth. There is nothing like Finch Avenue. Nothing like Driftwood.
Do you see all these successful women right here? We are.
I'm scared of all of y'all. It's true.
I'm gonna mute you for a hot second, but I also, because I noticed on the chat, it looks like I'm talking to myself, but I swear to God, I'm not. Someone signed in as me, so that's why it looks like I'm chatting to myself. But I'm not. But thank you for Denise for that, for pointing that out and trying to make me seem like I talk to myself. But and there's nothing wrong with self-love. But yes.
Yeah, Finch. Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you again. And we can sign out. We can keep chatting, whatever you guys want to do. I'm organically letting it flow. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Everybody who joined in, and look out for my next one. And wait, does everybody know what my business is about? Okay, then maybe I should bring that in. That will be for the next one.
Yes, you'll catch them on Instagram Live. Yeah,
you'll catch me on my live. Follow me on Instagram. You'll learn so much more about it on there. So definitely don't need to bring it out tonight. It's not about me. It's about you. Okay, good night,
Good night,
guys.
ladies.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Good night, ladies. Great job. Amazing.
Thank you. Thank
Good
you.
night, ladies. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much, ladies. Bye, lovelies. I'm gonna hurt Denise.
I mean,
That's what I'm
Finch
waiting
Avenue.
for. I'm waiting for.
Gal from Finch.
Chatter up.
You know, Finch
Gal
is
from
coming on, get
Driftwood.
loud.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yes,
Driftwood,
yes. The
Driftwood,
big up,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Driftwood, yes, yes.
We
I don't
just
even know
want-
where that is. It's on the other side of Yorkdale. I don't go over there. I don't even know it's over there. I don't go.
It's not for the week. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Denise, for coming.
Thank you guys so much for having us.
You were on your work phone and your other phone. That's why I didn't say
I
anything.
am like when I tell you that I am booked and blessed, it's crazy. My agency is sending me casting after casting after casting right now. I have a casting tomorrow morning
Awesome.
at 11, and then they want me to shoot something right now before nightfall that I got to send. So it's been awesome. It's unfortunately it's a long time coming, but I'm glad that it's finally come, and I'm gonna cash out every chance I get.
That's right.
Don't let them
girl.
scare me with a good time and some money, okay? Don't let them scare me with no money.
That's right.
And it's unfortunate. It's been such a long time, and you know what I mean. Your pandemic is where you're booked and blessed. That's crazy.
Totally.
Like, you know. And in 2021, we shouldn't even be like we were having the discussion about, plus size models, and you're no longer plus size, but it's still like it shouldn't be the drop of one. Only one gets the limelight right now. You know,
Right.
It needs to be, there's room for all of us. And Tanya,
Really,
you
there
talk
is.
about your cuticle, your nail cuticle thing, but you have so much going on that
My
people just
cuticle
need to
oil?
follow you. They just need to follow you.
I just need to post on Instagram.
Yes, you do.
I
Yes,
just
you
need
do.
to get better tech skills. Chantel, I need a lesson.
I have no problem. That could be my next webinar, is showing people how to brand
please.
themselves, make up flyers, all that other
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know, and it's free. So utilize the free marketing, utilize the free promo as much as you can.
I can teach some nail classes to these girls online, how to polish, how to do all of that.
Yeah, do that. That is a definite need right now, because people are at home and the nail techs are not opening.
But
right
you know,
now.
initially, why I wanted to teach these young girls how to do this, because these guys take advantage of them. And a lot of the times, a lot of them they just settle for anything from a man because they want that money to go take care of themselves.
To get their nails did or their hair
did. We
did.
teach them how to do it on their own or do it to each other. They won't have to lower their standards and their self-worth.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
Amazing.
Reggie, can you turn on who's Reggie? Can you turn on your camera? We can see
Yeah, Reggie. Don't be hiding. You hiding in the cut.
Yeah, because Denise needs a husband.
Kenya.
She needs these babies.
Reggie sound like a nice little French, maybe / Haitian.
I know, because I see.
Sac passe, Reggie. Sac passe. Hey.
Oh my God. Denise is feeling
Otherwise, we're
myself
going to
at once.
turn on your camera in 10 seconds or we're going to throw you out of this chat. Those are your options.
Reggie
Hey, he said hi.
No,
I'm
we don't
out.
want no hi. We don't want your hey. Hey is for horses, Reggie. Scram.
Oh my God. He said I'm
no.
out.
We thank you. We thank you, Reggie. We thank you for being part of this. She's just had a little bit too much to drink, and that's why we don't talk to Scarborough chicks. So anyway, we're just going.
What does that mean?
I knew I would have brought some wine too.
The web version.
Yes, absolutely.
You can't show yourself with the web version?
Okay, guys. My thing is, we're not going to go there now, ladies, because
you could drink wine at my shop too.
But I do think you guys should do a sipping tea. Oh, I forgot about that.